Before we get back to the show, let me tell you about Bart's Pizza. Bart Basilico reinvented his father's pizzeria business by putting it on wheels. I'm talking a pizza food truck, baby. Bart and his wife Lauren travel all around Metro Detroit, cooking up homemade pies made fresh to order in their 4-layered pizza oven on wheels. You can find them on their website at eatbartspizza.com and Facebook and Instagram as well at Bart's Pizza. His last name is literally Basil, so you know he knows what he's doing. Make sure to grab a cannoli as well while you're there. Bart's Pizza, it's too good.
Yo, I'm Jake Masucci from Jake's Takes. I wanted to talk a little bit about my show on my guy Giovanni's own show. And I wanted to talk about a little bit about Jake's Takes. I'm a student manager at Oakland University, and I kind of just talk all things sports. I talk a lot about the NBA, talk a little college basketball. We did a lot of March Madness stuff recently. We talked about NBA playoffs, NFL playoffs, talked a lot about the NFL draft. It's basically just an all things sports show. I really think you guys would enjoy it. And shout out to my guy Giovanni. Love him. But please check out Jake's Takes. It's available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and then it's also available on its own YouTube channel. So please check out Jake's Takes, but please continue enjoying Giovanni's show.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the GioMoShow interviews. I'm Giovanni Mosheri, Sports Media Director here at WXOU, and joining me on the couch are two members of Oakland University D1 Club Hockey. We got Stefano and we got Parker in the studio. Fellas, how you doing?
Feeling great. We're happy to be here.
Happy to have you guys here. So I've been taking my tour around some of the club sports here. Last week we had an interview with men's club volleyball. We had club football earlier in the summer. So finally glad to get you guys on the ice, from the ice into the studio here.
Yeah, we're excited.
And now I must admit, and I'm a little bit embarrassed, hockey's never been quite my sport. So you guys are kind of going to be my tutors, my tour guide into the world of the ice, if you will.
We can do that. Yeah.
So to get to know you guys personally, I always got to get to know the background of my guests. So for both of you guys, where did you guys get started in sports? Have you been playing hockey the entire time, or have you been going back and forth to some sports? So you gotta take me through the tour.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing hockey my whole life. I mean, like 2-3 years old, started skating.
Were you a better skater than Walker back then?
Basically.
Yeah, I grew up playing. I was on and off with hockey and roller hockey, and then I also played. My parents wanted me to play baseball and things like that, so
a little bit of a safer sport.
Yeah, so but all in all, I ended up hockey was definitely the favorite out of all of them.
So would you say hockey is because some of the sports you can kind of go and play alongside others. Like a lot of kids will do baseball, they'll do basketball and football in high school. Like they'll do like all 3 seasons. But would you say hockey is a sport where you kind of like that's your sport and that's it?
I would say it's very demanding, and it takes a lot of commitment to, you need to put in a lot of time to perfect your craft.
And so to help me get to know hockey. So for you guys, when you're practicing, when you're kind of just like take me through the scene, what are some of the things that you're working on, some of the things that players have to often improve on, and just kind of how does a practice go?
So usually we'll start up with some warm-up drills, just some skating, some shooting, getting the goalies warmed up. And then we'll go into some breakout drills. So when we're breaking out of our zone, translated from the practice to the games, we'll do some forechecking in their zone, how we'll, get on top of their guys and stuff. Some neutral zone. So things that directly translate from practice right to the game.
And so for you guys, like you told me you played hockey just about as your only sport since 3 years old, since you were crawling on the ice and somehow learned how to get up and skate. So how did you guys get onto the club team here at Oakland University? What was your path from, I would imagine, playing ice hockey in high school, the path from there to Oakland University hockey?
Yeah, I mean, so I was at like a college camp. Our original coach, he's gone now, told me to apply to the school. I applied, got a full ride, and then yeah,
You got
couldn't
a
take
full
that
ride for
down.
club hockey?
No,
Or-
for academics.
Okay, so you're just smart then.
No,
okay.
yeah.
And then, geez, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
I'm just wondering how you guys got from high school hockey to picking Oakland University and playing hockey here.
So my brother actually played on Oakland's D1 team.
Okay.
I want to say 3 or 4 years ago was his last year, and he was assistant captain, and then also either the vice president or the president of the board. Is Gino Mini, and then I played juniors after I was done playing Double A because my high school didn't have high school hockey. I went to Richmond, which is a pretty small high school, so we didn't really have. We were more focused on like wrestling and football and those kind of sports. And then I played a year of juniors downriver at Southgate on the Detroit Fighting Irish, and then I didn't really feel like leaving home for college. And my brother said, I think this would be pretty good for you. You can apply there. You're at home, still got mom's cooking.
Yeah, there you go.
And all the good benefits and stuff. So I thought I would be dumb to not apply. And Coach Parker reached out to me and he said, I'd love to have you on the team, and just went from there.
So for you, so with it being like it is technically club hockey, but does it feel like a club to you guys, or does it just feel like the real deal? Because I would imagine I see some of the Instagram posts, I see some of the footage that you guys got. It looks like the real deal. Is that right?
Yeah,
I
mean,
need
hockey.
to prove that to everybody here.
Yeah, no, hockey's a little weird because it's like there's only D1, and then after that, it's like you either go play D3 and pay $50,000 a year to go to school, or you play club. So
yeah, and I've heard I can't remember who said it, but they said nobody loves hockey more than club players because they're paying to play. And
that's what I would
still
say. Yeah.
putting all in on the commitment and stuff. So, but there's definitely some really good competition.
Definitely. I believe I found a YouTube video ranking the top 10 teams in the ACHA. I think Lindenwood was ranked number 1.
Yeah,
Does
Lindenwood.
that sound about right? Was I getting the right video?
Yeah.
yeah, they actually just moved up to NCAA.
No
like,
kidding.
last year.
Yeah. But yeah, people like Adrian, Liberty, Grant Valley was really good this year. So we're in a pretty tough division as well.
So kind of take me through the goals for this season. You mentioned some of the competition that you guys got. So what's the layout for this coming season? What are your guys' goals? What are some of the new things for this season? Kind of what are we going to be expecting to see on the ice?
You want me to take
You got it.
Don't be shy.
So we had a pretty tough year last year. We didn't have too much structure, and unfortunately, we only won a single game, which was pretty embarrassing. But with this year, with our new coach, and we have some new talent on the team, I definitely think that we'll be able to pick it up because you can only really go up from there. So
That's a good way to look at
we're really
it.
hoping to just basically go up. That's about it.
Yeah, so you mentioned some of the new coaches. That was another question I was going to ask. As I looked at on your guys' Instagram, you guys announced a new head coach and assistant coach, Coach Nick and Coach Greg, both of which you have a 1-2 punch of facial hair that is unseen in the world today. It's a fantastic set of facial hair there. So what are you expecting from them? What do they add to the team, and kind of what's the new vibe around the team with them?
Coach Mammal really puts in some structure. He lets the boys know that he's not here to mess around. Like we're gonna be working.
More of a drill sergeant type.
Yeah, but he's still more laid back. He's not a super tough guy.
Yeah.
He still gets it. But he's definitely going to be putting in some implementing some things that are going to be helping us a lot this season.
And how about Coach Greg? I believe he was an alumni of the club and now returning to be an assistant coach.
Yeah, so Coach Greg, I haven't really talked to him too much. He's been working when we've had practice, so haven't been able to talk to him too much. But he's going to be pretty good. He's played with my brother, and Gino says he's not too bad. So we're pretty excited for these new coaches.
And so kind of give me the rundown. So you guys play at Suburban Ice Rochester for your guys' home games.
Yep.
How do you guys get to, because I know club teams, they kind of have to handle their own transportation, getting all your guys' equipment onto the bus and to away games. Kind of talk to me about that process, more of the logistics of it. Because I always like to get to the behind the scenes of this kind of stuff.
First come, first serve. You gotta get out of the locker room and you gotta get your bag on the bus, because sometimes, at least for us, we have a smaller team, so there usually is a lot more space on the bus. But for bigger teams, it's first come, first serve. Sometimes you'll be standing outside the bus playing Tetris with your bag, trying to put it in, and it can be a hassle. So, but yeah, for us, it's not too bad. And then in-state games we drive ourselves, right? So in-state games we drive ourselves, and that's not too bad. Just carpool with some of the guys and get going.
Yeah, so what's the farthest trip you guys have had to make?
Last year we went to Pittsburgh.
Ouch.
But thankfully we got a bus for that.
Yeah.
But in-state, I would say probably Grand Valley. That was about 3 hours away.
Yeah, just straight west.
Yeah, and then on our way there, the guy I was driving with, we actually got into an accident.
Oh, man.
So we had that added 30 more minutes of time on.
Sure.
But
and I'm sure, like, was it someone that hit you, or did you just hit something?
Thankfully he had a pretty big truck, because it was like just straight stop traffic. And,
wow.
Yeah, this guy just wasn't paying attention, slammed right into us, but his truck was fine. So yeah, we just.
And then it's like, oh crap! I hit an entire car of hockey players. I'm screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
So, this season for you guys, so you broadcast your games on YouTube as well. I've been told by your president of D1 Hockey, Keith, that you guys have YouTube streams with a play-by-play commentator that would be I believe the general manager of the team that does the commentary.
Yeah.
So we're looking at WXOU. We're looking to get a little bit involved in that. We're gonna send some of our guys, help you guys out with the broadcast, and hopefully that if we can't get you guys on the air here on 88.3 FM, then we're gonna help you guys out on YouTube. So
that'd be awesome.
You guys can all look forward to
We definitely
that.
appreciate that.
And so for a final push, for a final say here on the podcast, tell everybody on D1 Club Hockey, why should they come, how to get there, how to join. Give me all the information.
Yeah, so we actually have tryouts the 19th, 20th, and 21st. If you go on our Instagram, Oakland Hockey, is it Oakland D1 Hockey?
I think it's just oaklandhockey.org.
If you go on Oakland Hockey on Instagram, we have all of our posts there about how you could sign up and when our tryouts are, and pretty sure our coach's email's on there, so you can reach out to him as well. But yeah, those would be definitely the best ways, reaching out to the coach, or showing up to the skates.
It would be the best way to join your Oakland University D1 Hockey. Stefano, Parker, thank you very much for coming on to the GioMoShow and kind of introducing me to the world of club hockey.
Anytime.
Yeah,
thank you for having us.
And you can find the GioMoShow on WXOU Thursdays at 6 o'clock live, or at any time on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.